In this video, we'll be looking at the 2022 JAMB Mathematics examination question 41 to 50. Question 41 says, if u is equal to x such that x is an integer and 1 is less than or equal to x less than or equal to 20, e1 equal to x such that x is a multiple of 3, e2 equal to x such that x is a multiple of 4, and an integer is picked at random from u. Find the probability that it is not e2. A, 3 over 4, B, 3 over 10, C, 1 over 4, D, 1 over 20. Now, how do we solve this question? The first thing we want to do is to get how many elements do we have in u, all right? Let's start with 41. So 41, we'll start with u. We said u is equal to x such that x refers to the integers from 1. When it said 1 is less than or equal to x or less than or equal to 20, what this means is that I'll start from 1 because of the equal to here. So it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, up till we said less than or equal to 20. So since we have 20 there, we also include 20. So basically, these are the elements of u. That becomes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 until we stop at 20. We'll have this. Okay, the next thing they have there, they said e1 is equal to x such that x is a multiple of 3. So let's go and get e1. So e1 is equal to multiples of 3 simply refers to things like numbers such as 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18, right? After 18, the next number should be 21, but 21 is bigger than 20. So we don't go above 20 there because that's for the universal set. So we'll stop at 18 to have this. Next up, let's look at E2. For E2, this is equal to, let's see what they define E2 as. They said E2 is equal to x such that x is a multiple of 4. What are the multiples of 4? So start with 4. 4 times 2, 8, times 3, 12, times 4, 16, times 5, 20. So we have 20. Of course, we can repeat 20 since that's 20 there, but we cannot go above 20. So stop here. So we have this. Now with this, the probability of picking an E2 is equal to, for E2, how many terms do we have there? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there is the total numbers in E2 all over. We look at the total possible outcome. And to get the total possible outcome, we look at the total number of elements in U. U started from 1 and went up to 20. From 1 to 20, then you have 20 numbers. So the total numbers there, possible numbers, it's 20. And if you reduce this to lowest term, this is simply equal to what there? 1 over 4. This is the probability of having an E2. But going back to the question there, the question said, find the probability that it is not in E2. Now, not in E2, for probability not in E2, not in E2 is simply equal to 1 minus, if it's in E2, 1 over 4. And if you do this, take the LCM. LCM is 4. This is all over 1. 4 divided by 1 gives you 4. Times 1 that gives you 4. So it becomes 4 minus 4 divided by 4 gives you 1. 1 times numerator gives you 1. This will be equal to 4 minus 1 is 3 all over 4. So the answer to E2 is 3 over 4. So let's see the option there. From this, we can see option A. From this, we can see that option A is the correct answer, 3 over 4. Question number 42 says evaluate 1 minus, in brackets, 1 over 5 times 2 over 3 plus 5 plus 2 over 3. All right, 42. Let's get this done. 42. Evaluate 1 minus 1 over 5 times 2 over 3. 1 over 5 times 2 over 3. This, and then you have plus 5 plus 2 over 3. That's what we have there, right? Plus 5 plus 2 over 3. All right, so let's solve this. Now, how do we solve this here? This becomes 1 minus 1 times 2. That gives you 2 all over 5 times 3. That gives you 15 plus, from here, obviously I have to take LCM here. So that's 1. That becomes LCM of 1 and 3 is 3. 3 divided by 1 here gives you 3. 3 times 5 gives you 15. So I have 15 plus 3 divided by 3 here gives you 1. 1 times numerator, 1 times 2 gives you 2. So this is equal to 1 minus 2 over 15 plus 15 plus 2 gives you 17 all over 3. Proceeding, this is equal to 1 minus, okay, let's take LCM here. The LCM here for 15 and 3 would obviously be 15. So I have 15. This is all over 1. So 15 divided by 1 gives you 15. 15 times numerator 1 gives you 15. So I have this as 15 minus 15 divided by 15 gives you 1. 1 times numerator, 1 times 2 gives you 2. So that's 2 plus 15 divided by 3. That gives you 5. 5 times numerator 17. That becomes 17 multiplied by 5. And if you do that with your calculator, you have your answer as 85. So it becomes plus 85. This is equal to, numerator is 15 minus 12 plus 85. That's 98. 98 all over 15. Can we bring this to the lowest term? 98 over 15. Yep. So this is basically the answer. 98 over 15. All right. Although you have 6.53, but that's your answer. So looking at this, we can see that there's no correct answer here. For this, no correct answer. All right. So you want to take note of this. All right. Next up, question 43. 43 says the operation that's asterisk on the set R of real numbers is defined by x asterisk y being equal to 3x plus 2y minus 1. Find 3 asterisk minus 1. Now this is simply equal to, what that simply means is that I'll put x and y into this particular equation there, right? So 3x, of course, in this case here, x is the term before the asterisk, y is the term after asterisk. So x is 3, y is minus 1. Now, having said that, let's see what we have there. So 3x becomes 3 times x there we said is 3, okay, plus 2y, the value of y is minus 1. So 2 into minus 1, then minus 1. This is equal to 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Bring down the minus 1. 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. So the answer there is C plus 6. That's simple. All right. Question number 44. In the figure, find x. That's this figure here. Find x. A, 40 degrees. B, 55 degrees. C, 50 degrees. D, 60 degrees. Now, how do you solve this? You want to observe that these figures, in this figure here, you have angle at the point, this point here, and we know that sum of angles at a point is equal to 360. So this angle, 2x, plus this angle, 3x, plus this angle here, 4x. Let me write this better. 2x plus 3x, so 2x plus 3x plus 4x. Sum of angles at a point, it's equal to 360 degrees. 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 4 is 9. 9x is equal to 360 degrees. To get x, divide by 9, divide by 9, all right? And that's equal to, if I get 360 from here, this cancels this. So if I have 360 divided by 9, the value there is 40 degrees. So do we have an option as 40 degrees? Yes, we do. Option A. So I have this. All right. Question 45 says divide 4x squared minus 3x plus 1 by 2x minus 1. So let's do long division. All right. So for 45, we have to divide 4x squared minus 3x plus 1. Divide this by 2x minus 1. Of course, take the first term here, 4x squared, divided by what the first term here, 2x. So you have 4x squared all over 2x. 2 cancels 4, you have 2. X squared divided by x, you have x. So this gives you 2x. Now 2x times 2x, that gives you 4x. So you have this as 4x squared. 2x multiplies 2x here. That gives about 4x squared. So 4x squared. 2x times minus 1 gives you minus 2x. So this becomes minus 2x. Of course, subtract this. 4x squared minus 4x squared. It cancels out, gives you 0, so it's off. Next up, minus 3x minus 2x. We know that minus 2 is plus 2. So basically what you have here is minus 3x plus 2x. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. Minus 1, then attach the x. That gives you minus x. Bring this one down, plus 1. Now, since you have x here and x, they are of the same power. The power of x here is 1. The power of x here is 1. So they are of the same power, irrespective of coefficients. What that means is that we'll still divide. In essence, it becomes this one here divided by this. So I'm having minus x divided by what I have here, which is 2x. From here, x cancels x. You're left with 1. So that becomes minus 1 all over 2. Now, minus 1 over 2 times 2x gives you minus x, right? Minus 1 over 2 times 2x. 2 cancels this. So minus 1 times x gives you minus x. Minus 1 over 2 times minus 1. Minus minus gives you plus. So it becomes plus 1 over 2. Let's now subtract this. From here, this becomes minus x minus x. We know that from here, minus minus gives you plus. So basically, I'm having minus x plus x, and that gives you 0. So it's off. Now, coming to the numbers, you have plus 1 minus plus half. Of course, we know that from here, plus minus or minus plus gives you minus. That becomes plus 1 minus half. That gives you half. 1 over 2. So what I will have is that I'll have the number, if I divide 4x squared minus 3x plus 1 by 2x minus 1, what you have is 2x minus 1 over 2, and the remainder will be 1 over 2. So I don't think they got any of this. So no correct answer here, right? So no correct answer here. You want to know that most of the stuff we're doing here, right? Most of the questions we are doing here or we are answering here, we've already treated them in our mathematics playlist. So check, we have a mathematics playlist as well as our JAMB playlist, all right? So you can check our JAMB playlist for detailed tutorial videos on this, or you can just visit our mathematics playlist to learn more. All right, 46 says, what is the geometric mean of 9 and 16? A 14, B 18, C 15, D 12. Now let's call geometric mean GM. We want to know that geometric mean is equal to take the square root of multiply the numbers 9 times 16. All right, this is how we find geometric mean, all right? And this is equal to square root of 9 times 16. If you multiply that, you have 144. The square root of 144 is 12. So the answer there is D, 12. So to take geometric mean, just simply take the square root of multiply the terms 9 times 16, and that gives you 144. Square root of 144 is 12, and that's how you get your answers, all right? Question 47. 47 says, given that t is equal to even numbers from 1 to 12 and n equal to the common factors of 2, 6, and 12, find t intersection n, right? A, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, 4, C, 3, 4, 6, D, 2. Now, the easiest way of solving this question is to look at the second part here, n. What are the common what's the common factor of, or what are the common factors if you have multiple terms of 6, 8, and 12? Of course, 2 can divide 6 to give you 3, divide 8 to give you 4, 12 to give you 6, right? What about 3? Now, 6 divided by 3 gives you 2, so that's possible. But 6 divided by 8 will give you a decimal, so that's not, so 3 is not an option. What about 4? 6 cannot be divided by 4, so it doesn't work. Although 8 divided by 4 gives you 2, and of course 12 divided by 4 gives you 3. So if you look at this critically, the only common factor of 6, 8, and 12 is just 2. So that means if you look at even numbers, even numbers from 1 to 12 would be number divisible by 2 without a remainder: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So when they say intersection, this is intersection. Intersection means which number can you find in both sets? And the answer there is I can find 2 here, I can find 2 here. So the answer is D, 2. Question 48. 48 says Mr. Ahmed got a weekly raise of $145. If he gets paid every other week, write an integer describing how the raise will affect the paycheck. So you have your options there. A, X plus $145. B, X plus $290. C, X plus $72.5. D, X plus $147. Now, how do you solve this question? This is question number 48. So for 48, you want to note some few things. Now, when they said he gets paid every other week, let's start with this. For every other week, what does this mean? This means that he gets paid once every 2 weeks. All right. This means that he gets paid once every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. So that's the first thing you want to note. Now, they said each week. The next thing they said each week that his pay raise is 100, and this is dollars, $145. $145. Now, in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, his total paycheck, his total paycheck would simply become 2 times this amount, would be equal to 2 times his pay, which is 145, and 2 times 145 gives you $290. $290. So therefore, the new paycheck formula, the new paycheck formula will simply be equal to X plus this amount there, 290. Of course, this would be in dollars. So the answer becomes x plus 290. Let's see which option is x plus 290. That is option B. Option B, x plus 290 is the correct answer. 49 says evaluate sine of 45 plus sine 30. Okay, so 49 sine 45 plus sine 90. Just to confirm this, sine 30. All right, we are asked to evaluate this in surd form. Now, you want to know that sine 45 is the same thing as root 2 all over 2 plus sine 30 is 0.5. That's 1 over 2. And if you have this, this is equal to, how do you solve this? Now, to work on this, of course, I have the same denominator. So it becomes 2 into, we'll take the number first. The number there is 1 plus, we'll take the surd. That becomes root 2. So my answer there is 1 plus root 2 all over 2. 1 plus root 2 over 2. That's option D. 1 plus root 2 over 2. That's it. All right, next up, question 50. Question 50 says a fair die is tossed twice, all right, 2 times. What is the probability of getting a sum greater or equal to 7? All right, sum that is greater or equal to 7. Now, how do you solve this question there? First things first, we want to look at when you have a fair dice, right? The maximum number there is 6. Since you're tossing it twice, it becomes 6 times the second time 6. This is equal to 36 times. All right. So if I toss it 2 times, which is that if I toss it the first time and I get 6, and I toss it a second time and get 6, that means the total outcome becomes 36. Now, that's the first thing you have to note. Next up, we'll now look at how many possible combination can we do to have 7, something greater or equal to 7. Let's start with 1. If I toss 1 the first time and toss 6, 1 plus 6 gives you 7. So this is the first one there. Of course, 6 is the maximum. I can't go more than this. And if I go lesser, 1 and 5. 1 and 5 gives you 6. It's not equal to 7. All right. Whatever combination we are doing, it must be equal to or greater than 7. Let's take 2. Of course, we cannot do 2 times 2 and 4. 2 and 4 gives you 6. That's lesser. But 2 and 5 gives you 7. That's okay. Also, you can get 6 the first time and you can get 2 the first time and get 6 the second time. This is 8, which is more than 7. That's all for 2. Let's look at 3. I can get 3 the first time and get 4 the second time. That gives you 7. I could also get 3 the first time and then 5. That gives you 8. I could get 3 the first time and get 6 the second time. That's 9. All equal to or greater than 7. I'm done with 3. Let's go to 4. I could toss 4 the first time and then 3 the second time. That gives you 7. I could do 4 the first time and get another 4 the second time. That gives you 8. I could do 4 the first time and um and toss 5 next up. That gives you 9. I could also do 4 the first time and then get 6 the second time. That gives you 10. You can look at all of these numbers greater than or equal to 7. Let's go to 5. I could toss 5 the first time and possibly, no, not 1. If I toss 5 and 1, that's 6, which is not what we're looking for. 5 and 2, that gives you 7. All right. Also, 5 and 3. So 5 the first time, 3 the second time. Also 5 and 4, that will give you 9. Also 5 and 5, that gives you 10. Also 5 and 6, all right, that gives you 11, or greater than 7. Finally, we can do 6. We can do 6 and 1, that's 7. We can get 6 and 2, that's 8. We can get 6 and 3, that's 9. We can get 6 and 4, that's 10. We can get 6 and 5, that's 11. We can get 6 and another 6 again, that's 12. So these are all the possible combinations that are equal to or greater than 7. In total, how many do we have there? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So in total here we have 21. 21 is the total number of required outcome. Now let's recall formula. When it comes to probability, recall that the formula for probability is equal to number of required outcome, number of required outcome. So required outcome, this all over number of possible outcome, number of possible outcome. The number of required outcome is what we found out, and we got it as 21. That's the total combination that is equal to or greater than 7. We had 21. Number of possible outcome was what we did 6 times 6, and we had 36. Now, this is what we have as the probability. All right. So this would be the probability of getting something that is greater than or equal to 7. So greater than or equal to 7 is equal to this. We can reduce this to the lowest term. 21 divided by 3 gives you 7. 21 divided by 36 gives you 12. So we have this as 7 over 12. So do you have an option as 7 over 12? Yes, we do. Option C, 7 over 12. All right, so this brings us to the end of the 2022 JAMB Mathematics examination question. Don't forget that we'll be revising JAMB past questions on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology, right? Between the year 2015 up to 2025, right? So stay tuned to this channel. Okay, guys, so please take note that we have a JAMB WhatsApp group for 2026 JAMB Bites, all right? So if you're writing JAMB for 2026, we have a JAMB WhatsApp group where we do daily revisions on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology. So if you're a science student and you want to join our JAMB WhatsApp group, I'll leave a link to the JAMB WhatsApp group in the video description. All right. You can also join our JAMB channel membership to get access to exclusive content for JAMB Bites, or you can get the full JAMB course on our website. Simply visit www.journalemmanuel.com/courses and you see the JAMB/WAEC classes. All right. Okay, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. All right. Like this video. Also leave a comment. Right. For the comment, I gave you a task, question number 11. Solve it. Leave your answer in the comment section, and I will tell you if you're correct or not. Don't forget to also subscribe. If it's your first time here or you're yet to subscribe, please do what to subscribe, hit the bell icon and select all so that you get notified whenever we upload a new content. Then finally, ensure to share this video to your friends and their colleagues so that they can also learn. Thank you and see you in our next class.